Hello, BookTube. It's Peg. I am back at the history shelf. Oh, look at that flexibility. Happy Friday evening. I'm trying to catch up on some of my videos because I haven't been making them, as you know. Well, I haven't in about a week, and it seems like a long time. But hey, I've been saving up some books that come in the mail, and I'm going to be calling this some type of new books in the mail haul or Friday mail, something like that. I don't get books in the mail every day, unfortunately. But I get a lot over time, and I tend to now save them up because I know you guys love book hauls. You love seeing new books in the mail, whether you know, books from publishers or books I order. Those are really the only two reasons I would get them. So I've got a little stack here. Except for one book, I've ordered all these books. So the first book is an advanced copy I'm really excited to have from Farrar, Straus and Giroux of Black Spartacus, The Epic Life of Toussaint Louverture by Sudhir Singh. So I will work on that. This book is coming out September 1st by FSG Books, and I have another book on Louverture that I ordered on a bargain book site, but this promises to be, from everything I've heard about this book, should be the go-to biography from now on for Louverture. I'm going to read the other one as well and compare, but this one is a new interpretation of the life of the Haitian revolutionary. So it's supposed to have groundbreaking archival research. Let me just read you a quick oversight of this. I don't have the sheet with me. It says, among the defining figures of the Age of Revolution, Toussaint Louverture is the most enigmatic. Though the Haitian revolutionary's image has multiplied across the globe, appearing on banknotes and in bronze, on t-shirts and in film, the only definitive portrait executed in his lifetime has been lost. Well-versed in the work of everyone from Rousseau to Machiavelli, he was nonetheless dismissed by Thomas Jefferson as a, quote, cannibal, unquote. A Caribbean acolyte of the European Enlightenment, Toussaint also nurtured a class of black Catholic clergymen who became one of the pillars of his rule. And for a leader who once summed up his modus operandi with the phrase, quote, say little but do as much as possible, end quote, yeah, he was a prolific and indefatigable correspondent, famous for exhausting the 5 secretaries he maintained simultaneously at the height of his power in the 1790s. Black Spartacus is a work of both biography and intellectual history, one rich with insights into Toussaint's fundamental hybridity. That's a great word, hybridity. His ability to unite European, African, and Antillean traditions in the service of his revolutionary aims. Hazarizing offers a new and resonant interpretation of Toussaint's racial politics, showing how he used Enlightenment ideas to argue for the equal dignity of all human beings, while simultaneously insisting on his own world historical importance and the universal pertinence of blackness. Ultimately, Black Spartacus offers a vigorous argument in favor of getting back to Toussaint, a call to take Haiti's founding father seriously on his own terms, and to honor his role in shaping the post-colonial world to come. That sounds awesome, and I really want to have a finished copy of this when it comes out, because I can't wait. I want to see. As you know, advanced copies don't have like the illustrations or photos, and obviously, well, it does have the indexes ready and the notes are already ready. But yeah, I kind of want to see the finished copy. Oh, okay, there are some illustrations in here. Still, I'm going to get the finished copy. So that sounds fabulous, guys. I'm really excited to dig into this. I showed you in my last video, my Friday reads. I've got a stack right now that I'm working through, but this is on top of my list to hit next. I've already started reading the preface and the intro and stuff. So, okay. I'm trying to remember why I bought this one. Well, you know what? Let me group these together because these thematically make sense. So I kind of went on a little bit of a spree. Well, I don't know if it was a spree, but I went to christianbook.com because I wanted to get some, I actually wanted to get a, my eyes are failing me, people. I have multiple Bibles, but they're all small print. And my eyesight lately has been, well, let's face it, it's never going to get back to the way it was. So I decided I needed a larger print Bible, and so they were having a sale. And I got this beautiful large print, wide margin Bible. It's an olive Celtic cross on the front. It looks black, I guess, to you guys, but it's really an olive color. I don't know if you can see it. It's a dark olive, but it's beautiful. Got it for $20. It's got the ribbon. Anyway, yeah, it's definitely, the type is much more to my liking. I have several study Bibles. I didn't want another study Bible because sometimes, you know, I've read study Bibles and sometimes I just like to read the text for myself and not be, you know, constantly told what that means. And I've studied enough different Bible studies to tend to know where to go to find more information. So I got this at the christianbook.com site. Just really beautiful, and I can lay it down here and do my work. When I take my courses right here on screen with my NT Wright online courses, they go into or Bible passages, and I can just open them up, lay it down, and kind of follow along, you know, as I'm doing it. So I got that. I'm very excited about that. While I was at that site, I decided to get the companion workbook to. And this is the other book I forgot to mention on my Friday reads that I'm currently reading. Hang on, let me get it. I missed this book in my last video for Friday reads, but I did start reading the New Testament in its World by N.T. Wright and Michael Bird. It's the introduction to the history, literature, and theology of the first Christians. It's a massive book, just richly, extensively illustrated. There's a companion DVD set, I guess, where they've traveled, and I'm kind of interested in seeing the DVD. I love listening to N.T. Wright talk, so I might get that as well. But they have a companion workbook, and so I picked that up for like $13, a little skinny thing. I thought it might be bigger, but it's okay. Some of it's kind of basic, but some of it is going to be good for like my, you know, I have a problem sometimes remembering like rote stuff. Oops, sorry. And it's kind of got like the maps, kind of quizzes you on some of the things you read. So I've already read chapter 1, and you know, it asks you some questions. I probably won't answer all of these, but oh, and you can tear these sheets. Oh, I see. Oh, that's nifty. You can tear the sheets out. So if you want to just keep your answers to each chapter with the chapter, you could do that as well. Kind of quizzes you on some of the historical aspects as well. So I just picked that up to go along with that. And again, I might get the DVDs as well because it sounds really intriguing. And I think that would be a really fun thing to watch with Martine. She's been kind of wanting, you know, showing some interest in maybe kind of doing some studies with me. I mostly do I kind of do Bible study on my own. But, you know, I think if I could put something on the TV that might be just, you know, really well done, and N.T. Wright is he's just fabulous and easy to listen to, and he's, I think he's approachable for many people from different backgrounds, faith traditions or denominational differences. So I might look into that. I think it's like $30 for the DVD set. And while I was there, this was on a really big markdown, so one of the reasons why I got it, but the other reason why is because of the author. And he has another book that I want to get, and I still haven't pulled the trigger on it. It's called like From Achilles to Jesus, Why Ancient Classical Thought Matters with like Christian thought. Let me get the what is that? It's Louis Marcos, and I've read something else by him, and I really want that book, From Achilles to Christ. Let's see if it has the title in here. I think he wrote that. He wrote this before that one, but it's just your basic book about atheism. This one is Atheism on Trial, Refuting the Modern Arguments Against God by Louis Marcos. So, yeah, this is your standard book coming from the side of theology and faith, kind of answering the new atheists and all that. So I got that for like $3 or something like that. And again, I like Louis Marcos. His latest book is one I really want. So thought I'd pick this up. All right, so got that. And then the last 2 books I'll show you related to Russia. Big surprise. I don't remember how I stumbled across this book. I think it showed up in the recommended section of Amazon after I was looking at another book about Russia. But it appealed to me with my military history interests and passion. And I have always been so very interested in Czarist Russian history, the Czarist period. So this came up, and I bought it used on Amazon, and it arrived, and it's in perfect condition. This is The Military History of Czarist Russia, edited by Frederick Kagan and Robin Higham. The Military History of Czarist Russia is the first overview in English of the rise of the armed forces in Russia, from the Muscovite army of the 15th century, the reforms, expansions, and westernization of Peter the Great and Catherine the Great, and through the victory over Napoleon in 1812 to 1815. Essays also highlight the ideological conflict between westernization and Russification, as well as the revolution that brought down the Romanovs in 1917. The 11 chapters by acknowledged experts provide a fine introduction to Russian military and naval history. So I read that and I said, yeah, sign me up. That's exactly what I love to read. So 11 essays, good to go there. And then I bought this book. It was full price, brand new. I was waiting for the price to go down on Amazon, and it got low enough, over half off. I said I'm going to get it. But this is going to accompany my readings of later this winter of Vasily Grossman, which I was slated to do a read-along earlier this year with Kara. But we decided to move that to wintertime because it seemed more appropriate. We were going to read Stalingrad, which is the prequel to Life and Fate, and I have both. But this is a work of nonfiction, it's kind of biographical, and this is Vasily Grossman in the Soviet Century by Alexandra Popov. This has been in my cart for a while, so I just pulled the trigger, and it's the definitive biography of Soviet Jewish dissident writer Vasily Grossman. If Vasily Grossman's 1961 masterpiece, Life and Fate, had been published during his lifetime, it would have reached the world together with Pasternak's Dr. Zhivago and before Solzhenitsyn's Gulag. But Life and Fate was seized by the KGB. When it emerged posthumously decades later, it was recognized as the War and Peace of the 20th century. Always at the epicenter of events, Grossman was among the first to describe the Holocaust and the Ukrainian famine. His 1944 article, The Hell of Treblinka, became evidence at Nuremberg. Grossman's powerful anti-totalitarian works liken the Nazis' crimes against humanity with those of Stalin. His compassionate prose has the everlasting quality of great art. Because Grossman's major works appeared after much delay, we are only now able to examine them properly. Alexandra Popov's authoritative biography illuminates Grossman's life and legacy. So I am very excited for this book. So I might read this before we start going into his Stalingrad and Life and Fate epics of sorts. And those are some of the new books I've got in the mail, guys. Look it, I'm keeping it under 15 minutes. Progress, you know. It's a hard road to hoe sometimes, but, you know, with practice you can do it. I'm hearing Martine from afar. So let me go ahead and wrap this up, and we'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed these books. Let me know what you think. And until next time, BookTube, happy Friday reads, and we'll see you hopefully this weekend. Have a good one. Bye.